has there been other versions that they've just wiped themselves out from some sort of, whether it's warfare, disease, natural disaster, whatever?
Yeah,
Right?
I totally get it, and I understand that cycle. But my question is like, okay, if we all get wiped out as a species, and there's probably going to be like some tiny percentage that's left over or something,
Right.
how does it get to the point where we're able to do and build these amazing structures that are just still till this day? Like, how could they do that, right? And then they wipe out entirely, and then the new species again begins. So like, I kind of feel like that very well could be the case, right? I agree. But under the circumstances that is the case, I think some of those guys that were hella smart that stuck around could have stuck around, the few of them, and then said, hey, we're not going to let our species die out. We're going to let this all play over again, right? Now, who knows? That could be aliens for all we know.
Yeah, that makes sense. And isn't there some equation where we lose as much knowledge as we gain?
I don't know that equation.
That like I don't know if it's an equation, but like I've heard people say that we lose as much as we gain at the same speed that we gain. Society in general, though.
Like as a whole?
Like if you look at even like how NASA put people on the moon, we would have to kind of reinvent all of that technology and information today. They couldn't go back and copy it, right?
I know what you mean. Like it might be that evidence has always been on Earth and we just never found it.
Right.
And we might find it at a time after we've kind of already figured it out without it in some way, right? Without that evidence. So is there differences? I mean, my guess is if that's the case, if what civilization like evolved and was able to travel space, they did it one way and they all die off, and another civilization did it again without like any of that knowledge, they could very well do it in a different way, I think. What do you think? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like technical way, like they might use something different, whereas the previous one used something else, but they still were able to accomplish the same feat.
Right. Yeah. And the idea that they all disappeared somehow, do they think that they were all wiped out from some type of natural disaster or disease, or was there some type of like mass migration? Because like we're seeing environmental migration now. There are certain parts of the world where people are leaving because they, there's weather change, there's there's issues with food, water, right? So they're having to move to different areas that are more hospitable. Could it be something like that?
I think it could be that, but then why would they have all the interconnected, like all the different? There's so many pyramids down there, dude. Like all over the. I would probably guess like thousands.
Well, and there are some that they've discovered where they just thought it was a mountain.
Right, and then they figure out, it's not, right?
There's trees and dirt and all that shit covering it. It's like, there's enough evidence to suggest that it's an actual pyramid.